Let's first do the molecular equation. Silver, that's a 1 plus charge. Nitrate, it's NO3 minus, with sodium chloride, Na plus, Cl minus, to make silver chloride, silver plus, chloride minus, and sodium nitrate, Na plus, NO3 minus. Okay, so if I look at the charges, +1, -1, I can just, they're all balanced. I can just put them together. So silver nitrate plus sodium chloride makes silver chloride and sodium nitrate. So you start with that. Then you look at your solubility rules or your chart and you see what is aqueous and what is solid. I know that whenever we have a nitrates, nitrates are always soluble. So I don't even have to think about that. I know that if it's nitrate, it'll be aqueous. So I know that that one is aqueous as well. I see a sodium. Whenever I see sodium, any of that first family is always aqueous. Now, chlorides are usually soluble, but if you look at the chart, this one is actually insoluble. For the ionic equation, this is what happens. We look at what happens to this when I drop it in water. Once it's dropped in water, anything that's aqueous breaks apart into its ions. So, kind of a note for an ionic equation, anything that's aqueous breaks apart. Gosh, this is so blurry. Wish I could make it clearer. Anyway, so now I break it apart into its ions. When I say ions, it just means we put the charges back on. If something is solid, we do not break it apart. We just carry it down. You just rewrite it. That's aqueous, so it breaks apart into its ions. And I should say this was already balanced. Now, net ionic. The word net is kind of the same net as in business. In business, we might say, if I was selling cupcakes, let's say I have a cupcake store, and I'm selling cupcakes and I make $10. But all the ingredients cost $6. So I do how much I made and subtract the cost, how much I spent, And then this, in business, is what's called your net profit. It's like how much I actually made. This isn't really how much I made because I had to spend my money. And this is the net. So net is the same kind of thing here in chemistry where we really want to know what is happening in the reaction. So the net ionic equation, we erase what are called spectator ions. Spectator ions are just like spectators at a football game. They watch the game, but they are not participating in the game. So there are ions in here that are watching the reaction, but they are not participating in the reaction. How do you know what it is? They look exactly the same on the left and the right side of the equation. So if you notice, there is an NO3 minus here and an NO3 minus here. There is an Na plus and an Na plus. Ag plus? No, that looks different. So we're not going to include those spectator ions, and we're just going to carry down anything left. Oh, and if you want to add phases, these are still aqueous. I didn't add those in, but all of these are still aqueous if they're broken apart.